All right, it's News Super Review, and we take out some time to look at some of our national dailies to see stories making the headlines. As much as possible, it is very interactive. All right, in the studio, we have Mr. Anonso Orakwe, a public affairs analyst, to help us look into these papers. Welcome to the studio, Anonso.
Thank you, Nonye and Prince. Yeah. I'm happy to be here this morning.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
How was your weekend?
Perfect. To the glory of God.
That's scary when I hear the word perfect.
Oh, God.
All right, let's run. The first place we are going is ABS website now to see stories there. First, Obiano marks first year anniversary of second tenure with Thanksgiving Mass at OKTT. Buhari expresses worry over communal killings in Kaduna. Families of victims of Ethiopian airline plane crash received scorched earth in place of bodies of dead relations. France pledges to invest in Nigeria's sports educational programs. Let's begin with Obiano marking his first anniversary of second tenure.
The news is everywhere. It's not new, and for a leadership to thrive to this level means that, one, the grace of God is here, and secondly, you begin to count or begin to look at the achievements so far. I think so far Anambra State has been in a safe hand because if you're comparing to what we had over years, let me say 15 years, 20 years now, Anambra State has been so much in a state of dilapidated. When I mean dilapidated, I mean in a state of where governance does not thrive, where governance is messed, where governance has been mad and all of that. But today, we have jumped and jumped and jumped and come to the place where someone can say, let me sleep and get my night rest proper. At least for that, I think I need to give it to His Excellency.
Congratulations, Governor, and we continue to pray for him, for more wisdom, because his tenure is still 3 years more.
Yeah, and that is what all Anambrarians need to owe him prayers, so that we'll get more things that he has in plan.
All right, let's run the second story we are taking here. Buhari expressing worry over communal killings in Kaduna State.
You see, that killing, I think the worries shouldn't be now. The worries shouldn't be now. For crying out loud, it's been over and over and over and over and over. The occurrence of this, it has called for serious checkmates, especially in that part of the country, Kaduna. I think Kaduna is the worst now. You see, so and these things are happening on the southern part of it, where Christians are living. So I think presidents should not only express concern or worries, but actions. You see, I think we have a security agencies that can handle that properly. But up to now, we keep hearing the same news, and we cannot be doing the same thing and be expecting a different result.
All right, let's move. The Ethiopian airline that crashed, say families have received their scorched earth in place of bodies of dead relations. Very painful there.
Well, there is nothing one can do about that. It's something that can we add it to things that human beings expect every day of their lives. You see accidents, you see a lot of things. It's very appalling, and it's a tragedy that these things are happening. But what I'm saying there is that the people concerned should. I think US have said a lot of things about that, trying to stop one thing or the other, trying to checkmate things when it comes to. I think they've stopped the
Boeing.
yeah.
The Boeing.
They've stopped
For the
Yes.
meantime.
for the meantime.
Until the proper cause of the crash is
ascertained.
But
Good.
then again, is that the problem? Because I keep asking. I'm not trying to, I don't know the reason why when it comes to the plane, why every passenger in the plane don't have a parachute. Like, I've always been thinking about, when I heard about the crash, I'm like, isn't it possible that we start doing something probably different? And we know at that point, it's just you and God. If you hear anything like that, the possibility of surviving is not always there. But how about a parachute? Every individual, like you're taking it home, is going to be in the plane for each person in the seat in case of something like that.
And I think that is what they also have. I've had this from one of the scientists, someone Smith, I've forgotten the name, but he was talking about parachutes. I think by the time they will get their investigations and other things proper, that should be also.
Because at that point, people could move.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello? Hello, anybody there? Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Hello?
Good morning.
Hello?
You're connected. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead. We just.
All right, we lost that. We continue to pray.
You will come up with a device like that so that more
Because at
lives,
least
more.
let's have a fight. Let's have a fight before anyone gives up.
Yeah.
We don't just give up like that.
Yeah.
Let there be a fight. Okay, it happens, and you know what? There's going to be a crash. Everyone moves. I mean, somehow.
All right. It has happened.
Yeah.
But peradventure, in the nearest future, we
Some of there's a lesson. There's lesson there to be learned.
All right, let's run the first paper for the day, the Daily Sun newspaper now.
All right, stories making the headline, the big story. 9th National Assembly, battle for Senate, top post, hot up. Northeast, Southeast, push for presidency. Ekweremadu Abaribe Namani may lock horns for minority leaders position. I won't interfere in supplementary polls in Benue, Kano, others. Buhari saying that. I never quit politics nor dumped PDP. Jonathan says. Okorocha replies, Ihediohan probe says governor-elect free to investigate anything he likes. Why Atiku hasn't inspected election materials? INEC. No nation can grow with election rigging. That's coming from Obi. Oh, look at the big story, 9th National Assembly.
And again, the picture in front of that Daily Sun actually is about Niger, people from Niger State, protesting that their electricity have been cut since May 2018.
That's
Okay,
awful.
so now they don't have lights.
They don't have lights.
So, you see, that is what Nigeria, I think we are yet to get to a level of development where people can be assured of, the facilities like electricity, basic amenities. So we are yet to get there. And with what is happening in Nigeria, I don't think we'll get there soon. Reason, rigging of elections, depriving people of their rights. Where people will say, this is who we want, this is the person we need, and you deprive them of that right. How then do we get to where people want us to get to? It's all about the people. You see, it's all about the people. So them not having lights is not new. It's not new to me as a Nigerian. So what I'm trying to say there is, if we must get it right, our leaders must sit up and begin to hearken to the welfare of the people.
Okay, good.
So in the ninth assembly, good. I think this is the time they need to sit down and articulate very well, share the the positions where geopolitical zones will not feel cheated, aggrieved. You see. So they will look at who and who is here and who is there. I don't want to begin to talk about dragging it must be southeast or it must be southwest or it must be northeast and all of that. But them as leaders knows the right thing to do there. If it gets to the turn of southeast to be the Senate president, let it come to the southeast. If it's, what's it called, Northeast, let it get there and just make sure that things are done normal to avoid a crisis.
Right, I never quit politics, nor dump PDP, coming from Jonathan, ex-president.
Jonathan, why I think why he's responding to this is, I think he has been so quiet all this while during the electioneering and all of that. So he look as if the man is not, people assume that he has quit. Maybe he wants to practice, go back to his profession and all of that. But I think he never, to me, he never quit.
This report making the rounds that PDP wants to inspect the election materials, and INEC is saying why Atiku hasn't inspected the election materials yet. We don't know what INEC is saying, but INEC is saying why Atiku hasn't inspected the election materials.
Yeah, they've not granted him but court said he should.
Yeah.
He should.
Yeah, court said he should.
But INEC said...
He has not been allowed yet.
So INEC should do the needful. You see, this thing is very important, it's very clear. When we are talking about, what's it called, integrity and transparency, this is just that. And Nigeria has been, for over time now, I've seen that Nigeria is a country that doesn't obey the law. You can do anything in this country and get away with it.
All right, that's a very big topic for another day. Let's quickly run to the next paper now for want of time. The Daily Times newspaper.
I would have loved to say
Wait,
this.
you still say it. You still say it. The Daily Times, you have the big story there. Supplementary elections, Buhari won't change results. That's coming from the presidency. You have riders there. Lampoon's opposition leaders for incitement. Urges APC members in affected states to work hard to earn their people's votes. APC, PDP disagree over INEC's position on Bauchi poll results. All right, how 7 listed firms earned 1.01 trillion naira in 1 year. All right, we still have our continue to promote women advancement. That's coming from the wife of the president, Aisha Buhari. No nation can grow with election rigging. UBA increases assets by 20% to 4.9 trillion naira in 1 year. Okay, Jonathan, I've no reason to quit PDP, retire. Okay, we take Daily Independent immediately before analysis now. Daily Independent newspaper.
All right, let's see the big one there. We won't help you rig presidency, tells APC governor. Presidency tells APC governors, ask them to work hard and their people's vote. APC alleges fraud in Bauchi, Rivers, Kano, Sokoto, Adamawa, Benue, says PDP's Yakubu Dogara and INEC's Festus Okoye friends. While unsubstantiated allegations have legal consequences. That's coming from Okoye. Federal government yet to remove VAT in air transport 9 months after decision. UBA earnings hit 494 billion records, 106.8 billion profits.
All right, let's see who is here before we go on. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You're on.
My name is Joy. I'm calling from Amobia.
Joy, you're welcome. Go ahead. Joy, are you there?
Hello?
Oh, we lost Joy. All right, let's run. We won't help you rig. Presidency tells ABC governors.
That statement has two edges.
Two edges?
Yes, two edges. So now, if you said you won't help governors to rig election, is there any? Have you been helping them to rig, or have people? Is there any way of accusing you of rigging? That kind of a thing. I don't know if somebody came up with an allegation that you have done it in the past, which means something like that has been happening. This time around, you don't want to have. It's better the APC government stand firm and say this thing is bad and condemn, and it should be condemned. So what I'm trying to say is this: if you look at the previous elections, the ones that happened in Ogun, Ekiti, right? Where we had, where is Fayoshe's? Ekiti, where we had issues of rigging and not, giving out what people voted. Now, people's opinion are gearing towards that.
All right, let's see who's here. Hello. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Your name and location?
Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
you're connected.
on. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is from Anambra.
Amobia, your name?
Williams.
Hello, William.
All right, go ahead, Williams.
Okay, I want to correct
Go ahead, Williams.
Oh, we seem not to be getting William. Let's run for want of time. I think we go to the next paper now, the Punch newspapers and the Guardian. We take the both together because of time. The Punch, the headline there, run-offs, Buhari won't change results to favor you. Presidency wants APC candidates. With the rider there, INEC security agencies meet Tuesday over polls. Up there we have LCCI cautions government over forex ban on textile imports. Major shake-up as army redeploys 21 generals. Catholic bishops decry fresh killings. APC rejects INEC's decision on Rivers and Bauchi. Down here we have Ogun governor-elect says he contributed to Daniel Amoshu's electoral victories. Slain Oyo rep for burial May 2. Family demands justice. Government abducts traditional ruler in Edo. President didn't need NJC to appoint me, says acting CJN. Let's quickly look at the next part, the Guardian newspaper.
Big story there. APC, PDP draw battle lines ahead of rerun elections. Crash victims' families get bags of debt for burial. Army redeploys senior officers in major shakeup. Benga Daniel supporters made defects to APC. Ruling party rejects INEC decisions on Rivers. Other states, CSO takes President Buratai, others to UN Security Council. I think that's a merchant, the Guardian newspaper.
All right, let's quickly look at this major shakeup as Army redeploys 21 generals. How do you see it?
Army redeploys what?
21 generals.
To
different,
states.
Yeah.
You see, this is a democracy. And redeploying people at this moment may not really people may not really comprehend the reason why these generals are being redeployed. Because we're in an election. And the presence of militarization, the militaries in the elections, has really given people the mind that elections, we are falling back to military regime. So what I'm trying to say is this: redeploying militaries is good. After all, they are meant to save lives and properties. But the intention of redeploying them is where problem is.
All right, let's quickly take this last one. The slain Oyo rep for burial made to family demands justice. When we think that elections are over, the man died during the second election, the governorship and the state assembly elections, and the family are demanding justice.
The one that was shot, the house member, that's their right. And another thing is that we forgot to understand that money cannot replace any life, no matter what. Once one is gone, that person is gone. So whatever rights, whatever thing they are requesting from government should, with immediate effect, answer them.
All right, let's quickly look at government abduct traditional ruler in Edo.
We are saying the same thing on security issues. That is, have you seen? And that one now is good. Is affecting the big people, because if he's a common man, You won't see it on the news. So sometimes it's good to it will go round so that the people at the top will feel the pains of a common man in the street.
All right. I think that's the much you can take on the newspaper review for this morning. Would like to thank you so much, Mr. Nonso Orakwe. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. Let's keeping up.
We're sorry we can't pick more calls for want of time, but do stand by because we are coming back with more on Good Morning Anambra. Thanks for your time.